Hello and welcome to this edition of the Month in Wrestling Cards for the SCR Patreon feed. This will be a new monthly free show accessible on the free feed, highlighting what we had as additional content the month prior. So we start this month with Squared Roots for October. We're joined by Sam from Kayfabe Cards. You'll know him for some of the great custom cards that he has been doing for many years now, and he joined us to go through his top 5 PC wrestling cards and 5 musical tracks. You can hear the full tracks, the stories, and his wrestling guest who joins us on the virtual road trip on the show, which is now available on the Patreon feed. But here is a snippet talking about his second card choice and music choice.
My second card, as well as being a TNA guy in the 90s, I was predominantly a big WCW guy. I loved the Luchadors. It was the show that Nitro was the show that I would tune in every week and couldn't wait to watch. It was such a different thing back then, in a different time. And the Luchadors were something that I'd never seen. And it just really, I think, for Pete, when Nitro was sort of first coming around, I was like 8, 9 years old. And I'd never seen any wrestling that wasn't just WWF or, the old British world of sport and stuff. So to see these sort of international stars come in, and the one who really stood out to me, obviously Rey Mysterio. I know everyone at that time was massive on Rey Mysterio, but I was always more into Psychosis. Psychosis for me was, I just thought he was, when you're a kid you just think someone's cool, and their matches were so good. So I'm going to go with the 1998 WCW Top Psychosis autograph. This is one I've got in a PSA 8. Just a really nice card. You don't see this one that much. It's that set. It's just the set now that everyone has just gravitated to. It's such an iconic set. It's such a cool design. And to be, the only WCW autographs for those two sets of 98, 99, I just think for me they hold a really special place. I ripped a bazillion packs of this at the time. I didn't get a single auto.
No way.
And then you find out people like Tommy open one pack and pull a Mr. Perfect.
Straight out.
Yeah, literally 1 for 1.
Do you wonder how these things even happen these days? You think, how are these things just in random packs still out there? But it does show there is some magic. I did see another guy rip a single pack and got a Piper auto out of one as well. And you just think it's insane. But
crazy.
I've
never pulled any from the 90s packs. The Comic Images ones as a kid as well, SmackDown ones in particular. God knows how many packs of them I've opened. I've never pulled an auto from it.
No, it's crazy. And I mean, that Psychosis as well, that was his... I mean, he never had any WWE autos, I don't think, did he, when it's like Mexico and stuff? So
no, he had a relic. He had the... it was in Heritage.
Heritage relic, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, he had a shirt relic, which is cool if you get a nice patch because it is that Mexican shirt.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's really
But
nice.
he was one, when he came back, I would have loved to have seen him. I know that once they've lost the mask, but raided it, I would like to have seen him go back with the mask. I think it was a lot. To me, that's sort of, the iconic look of Psychosis, and to never go back to the mask seems a little bit strange.
Did you ever watch, I see you watching the Luchadors back then, do you ever go back and watch the old Nitros and kind of watch back those Luchador stuff now or not?
I watch more stuff like that than I do the new product. I watch the new product a fair bit. I'm not religiously watching it, but I go back and watch Nitros. It's annoying because back when we still had the network, I was literally I'd just go through and just watching through the Nitros. But now they're all on YouTube, but I'm too tired to pay for premium, so there's just so many ads.
I mean, I can hook you up with a YouTube if you need to, so it's all good.
I'm sitting there watching ads for days, but no, I'm just going to pay for it, Jamie. But no, I watch so much Nitro and WCW pay-per-views and all that stuff is still... I think WCW doesn't get the credit it deserves because of... I know there was just non-stop politics and there was a lot of issues towards the end, but specifically, there's no doubt in sort of... Definitely in the mid-90s, they were putting on better wrestling than WWE were. And then also that back in the day when in 98, 99, it really made WWF rise their game up.
No, I think exactly that. WCW, and I'm glad it is on the vault now, really, which is all good. So let's go into our second track then. What are we going to go alongside the Psychosis auto?
So I grew up a massive pop punk fan. That was sort of like my era. It was the sort of era that made me fall in love with music. I think a lot of kids my age in the late 90s, early 2000s were massively sort of into that scene. And obviously the biggest band of that were Blink-182. So I am going to go with a track, one of the earlier tracks, one of the ones that really helped them get to where they were. I'm going to go with Damn It for my second track to get this road trip going. I'm pretty sure Psychosis has never heard this song.
Let's see if he likes it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we have Sam talking about his second card choice, the Psychosis WCW autograph card. For the October Retro Set review, myself and Chris sat down for just over an hour to discuss all things Attax Chrome. This was originally released back in 2021 and marked one of the final UK exclusive sets of top release prior to the changeover to Panini. We deep dive into the set, talking all about the base set, emissions, changes from the paper release, the wish list and the set design. Here's a little clip of me and Chris talking all about the hobby price in itself and also the breakdown of a hobby box.
It came out on Topps UK only, I'm led to believe. I always thought it came out in Germany as well, but I think that was after the fact. I think that was like a few months down the line when they were trying to get rid of all the stock. And it was an excellent price of $49.99. Do you remember? The cheapest hobby box ever? I don't know.
I mean, it is very cheap. I mean, you're in the ballpark there of kind of, even if you were to buy retail packs for that kind of like those 36 packs of like superstars, like it wasn't, I mean, £2 a pack, like that's a very cheap price for a box, really, you know?
Yeah, it really is. It is not that price anymore. There's not many places selling it. One of the main places, Blowout, and it is $200.
And I think the thing really with it as well, obviously, it took a little while to start getting over in the States as well. It kind of rippled through, but when it went over there, like people seemed to love it, didn't they, compared to other Attax sets?
Absolutely. I mean, it's Card Foundation podcast is where I kind of heard about it the most. And I said on the actual main pod before, they spoke about my YouTube videos on the podcast and kind of gave me a little rub and got me some views and stuff. So they were ordering it. I guess it was probably the last thing that Americans really got excited about or ordered from the UK. Obviously, we had a couple of releases with Panini, but nothing, no numbered, no autos, that kind of thing. So in a hobby box, you get 16 boxes per case. You get 18 packs per box and 4 cards per pack. Inside the hobby box, you're going to get 6 refractors on average. 1 green, 2 yellows, 2 speckle, and something else. So usually it's at a 25 to 10 to 5 or an auto. So not a bad return on 50 quid, really.
And you've ripped obviously a fair few of this over the years as well. How have you found kind of the pattern to a box? Do you kind of find it's a similar sort of stuff cropping up, or is it kind of quite nicely spread?
I think it's quite nicely spread, to be honest. You never found too much the same, or like I've had a few instances where I got more like yellows, for instance. I'd get like 3 or 4, and then there was instances where I'd get like a to 5 auto and at a 25 and things like that. So you could, the same with all kind of hobby boxes, you could get worse and you could get better.
As we reach the end of October, our President D_Loiderboy released the first of his semi-regular State of the Union addresses. These are 5-minute topics or rants depending on how he's feeling on the week. This is the first episode. Not all the rants will be negative, but it definitely started explosively.
I've always seen his work as being, look at this, shiny and new. This is worth hundreds, thousands of pounds, dollars, should I say. But it's not very representative of what we are like in the community, because I don't pull those massive cards. My friends don't pull those massive cards generally. And it is a unique experience when you do. You have to go through a lot of the dross in order to get the diamonds.
And there we have a quick clip there from the State of the Union address. For November, we have plenty of new content already up, including November's Squared Roots, which dropped earlier this week. This month featuring Timmy Walter. Many people will know him as a collector as Timmy 2 Wold. He's mainly a collector of legends, and we go through his top 5 cards and also 5 musical tracks. We've got another edition of the State of the Union. This time, the Prez discusses the discourse between Topps and Panini fans, and there is also a Topps Finest review with the Prez and Chris. We've got more shows lined up for November, and of course this coming week we'll be having a big deep conversation with Billy Celio all about a breakdown of SP Game News, which will be a bonus show which will be available to both free and of course early access to patrons. If you would like to join the Patreon, you can for as little as £4 per month. You'll get access to all these bonus shows plus early access to our regular show, and if you wish to become a top tier member you can hear these shows in full, also get involved with some of the shows and also get some bonus physical cards as well. If you want to find the details, you can visit scrpod.co.uk or wrestlingcards.co.uk. Both of them will link you directly to our Patreon, and I'll see you next month for a November roundup.